All right, we'll start this off. Pledge of allegiance. All of you will.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming. So we had item 1 and 2 were completed, so item 3 is review and adopt the agenda.
I make a move to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept the agenda as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed say nay. Okay, public comment for those items not on the agenda. Anybody? Okay, we'll move on. Minutes, any questions, changes, or corrections to the minutes of last meeting, October 2.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the minutes as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed say nay. Please, Tim, thanks. On to the bills. Any questions or concerns on the bills?
We're using the new budget on the bills, right? Okay.
I make a motion to accept the bills as presented to us.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
Bills entirely, or do you have a
Well,
bill in
it's,
mind?
no, there was just, I didn't vote for the current budget,
Oh,
and be kind of hypocritical on my part to not vote for the budget
and
and then approve all the bills
okay.
with all
Well,
the,
we did
with all the
have,
changes.
okay, gotcha. We had a motion to accept the bills and it did pass, so we'll move on to the next thing. Employee reports, Brenda.
Okay. Under clerk report, Brenda Castler, November 6, 2017. You're receiving the usage billing summary, the billing journal summary, the accounts receivable summary, collections history, tax voucher detail, revenue voucher detail, combined check register, copy of the Bank of Bridger bank statements, Valley Federal Credit Union bank statement, and the statement of expenditure budget versus actual and statement of revenue budget versus actual as reports.
Make a motion to accept Brenda's report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept Brenda's report. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. I'll make a note. Thanks, Shirley. We decided we'd just go ahead and start. Thought you
That's
might be a
fine.
little late, so happy to see you made it through the traffic and stuff and the roads.
Oh, they weren't too bad.
Not too bad, good. Mike, you're up.
Okay. Dropped down most of the same. The windows for the shop are done. Actually, his bid was 810, it come in at 600. Final bid.
That's always a good thing.
So, you have in your folders, you asked about the shop doors, you have in your folders the price, the bids for the shop doors, anywhere from 5,500 to I think 7,800. That's to replace both shop doors and openers.
I think we'll probably have to analyze that and make a decision on those.
You asked, I got it.
Right,
So.
and I appreciate that.
And that did come in, one of the bids was from the gentleman, Joliet or wherever he's from, Silicia
Yeah,
and stuff,
so,
so.
well, thanks for doing that, cause that gives us four or five of them in there to go by. So the question I wanted to ask on the report was, is Jackie still kinda out of the loop? I've been emailing her and not getting any response, or have you seen her lately? On the water well?
Yeah, I did put it in here, but I
Okay.
didn't have an update on it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, kind of an update on that.
Yeah, the well, actually, no, they drilled, the screens are in, they did the clean out. They did their they're in their 24-hour, not a pump test, but some type of a cycling depth test or whatever. Depending on when she got her reads in today, they will start their 72-hour pump test tomorrow. It's gotta run for 72 hours.
Okay.
On it, and it's gotta go far enough away that it can't be infiltrated back into the existing well. The bulk station set up, they got the control panel, was mounted in today. They actually did a pretty good job considering all the cement dust that they were gonna create, but they actually cleaned up everything pretty good. I don't think they got power to it, I didn't see it tonight. But they got, now that that's back in there, we can finish reassembling the valve assembly and get that last piece of pipe through the ceiling. And then, that should be going online pretty quickly.
Okay.
We got one more piece to do, but we're doing that ourselves because they wanted $3,000 to put that clean out port in there. And it cost us $245 for the parts, so.
Yeah. Every time I went down there was nobody there, but I could tell work had been done, and I saw the driller leaving town.
Yeah, he left, and then they were back and forth. They got the screens and stuff in, and then today they come in. Neither one of the guys down there can tell me where the pitless is. They both say they're kind of out of the loop. One was a newbie. He's a new guy, so he didn't know anything, and the other one said he's not in that loop. He just does what he's told. So, but they will start the 72-hour pump test tomorrow, and then once that's done, then. And I'm not sure he couldn't tell me if they put the pitless in, or if that's something that Dave has to put in. So once the 72-hour test is done, and we get all that stuff, and then it's just a matter of getting everything hooked up and flushing, and it should be able to go online, barring any other issues there or whatever, so.
Good. How the sander and everything working good?
Sander's up, we got it in, everything, well, we had it in last week, everything's greased up, lubed up, ready to go. I just got with Darren and finagled another load of sand out of it from the state, so we go get that on Wednesday. We gotta run up and grab that, so he was kinda busy playing catch up today and doing everything, so, other than that, I did find a snowplow, it's in Iowa, but
They're gonna need it over there.
I don't know, it's only got, they're getting ready, it's only got, they're asking me to go out on that, public surplus bid auction, it's going for $1,500, but it's got a brand new motor in it, it's only got 15,000 on a brand new motor.
Now, snowplow meaning what exactly?
Well, it's actually a dump truck snowplow setup.
Kinda, yeah. Do we have,
Single
isn't that what we have?
No, we have a
You just
grader.
you have the plow, well, I mean, don't you have the plow on the dump truck, or is it on the backhoe?
It used to be on the backhoe, but last year we kept trying to remanufacture the brackets, and it just
wouldn't work.
It just wouldn't work, so we ended up scrapping it out. But we still got the grader, we got the plow on the truck. But, and I've gotten with the county, they got a little one, but they're gonna hang on to it if they decide to get rid of it. They said they would let us know, but it's not looking promising at all. So.
Okay.
But, so other than that, the maintenance guy for the post office contacted me and wanted to know if there was something we could do to fix the area over by the post office.
What area exactly?
That one on the side,
Where the water runs down?
where the water runs in there.
I think the only thing you could do is grade that up a little bit and make a ditch there.
Well, if we did that, then then Jim and I talked about it one time before, if we do that, then we're gonna run into, somebody's gonna trip over it, and they're gonna be, the only other option, and I was talking with him, and I didn't know, see what you guys, the only other option I was thinking about is if we tore it up there and actually dug a trench, backfilled it, make basically a French drain,
Right.
and then paved back over, and then just left a grate open, you know, right there. Because the issues, they're complaining about, the sidewalk and stuff getting icy. Well, the sidewalk's getting icy and stuff like that because they're driving, they don't want it, because it puddles up out there, so rather than parking out in the puddle, they drive up on the sidewalk. So that brings everything back up on there, but I don't know how else to get the water away from there other than like maybe doing like a trench, backfilling it, making like a French drain.
Yeah.
And stuff. He said that they would be willing to pay for the materials if that was something, and I said that I couldn't make a decision, that I'd have to bring it to council to see what they wanted to do. Other than that, like I say, we've opted about thinking about some type of a ditch, but I don't know how to make it drain into like the existing ditch or whatever, because that's, I mean, so.
That whole street is really a problem. I know that.
Well, it's so much higher,
Yeah,
and that so much lower, and then,
I know from Forsberg's, clear to the corner, years ago, we dug that out, not the town, but just me. I think Rose Stark lived there, I think Rose Stark lived there or owned the house. She asked us to try to fix the water. It was actually coming down and running clear through the house, in the basement and all the way out the back door. So we dug that out to make, there was a curb sort of there. I think part of it was a cement curb, but it's just filled in with dirt over the years. So we did get rid of that and take the water down around the corner. So I don't know if there's actually a curb there. I don't think so, but not at the post
not
office.
at the post office, there's not.
But, do you think getting the dirt the pack rearranged a little bit would bring it around to the corner more?
I think we take the grader and go right along the edge of the sidewalk and
And kind of, yeah,
dig a little out there, carry it out to the street,
yeah. What if you came back from the building and a width of a parking lot and also kind of made a grade there would take the water to the corner?
Yeah.
And then you get half of what runs over the street. I think the other half.
I think it'll run into the ditch
Yeah.
if you can get it away from the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's
It wouldn't have to be
quite a
real
bit
deep,
lower.
would it?
No,
Well, you guys.
yeah, we talked about that a long time ago.
You guys work something out, maybe. I'm not a road
It will run
engineer,
in
so
the
I
ditch
don't
if
know.
you put a little
Yeah,
trench
it will,
down.
it'll create.
It will run in the ditch if you put a little trench. That's how I got it away from the sidewalk when I worked there. I just did a little trench.
Well, I can trench.
And that's all it would do.
Just
Back
don't make
door
a big,
grader, I
just don't make a deep trench.
No.
You don't need much to move water from a high spot to a low spot.
No.
No, I did it myself, and it wasn't very big, but it will make the water drain that way.
Do you have a transit or anything for checking grades? Well, you can always just try it and then see which way the water runs, I suppose. But, think about it and, maybe come up with a plan.
I mean, now, this time of year, I mean, it's pretty much kind of a moot point really to try to do anything. The ground's these next few nights, the ground's gonna be freezing up pretty good, so.
And maybe I'm just thinking out loud, maybe an angled dip in the in the parking lot that would angle away from the building a little bit towards the end of the building, and then come to the ditch, just a small ditch of some sort would.
Well, and we thought about trying to dropping pavement down in there and then building a little edge up, like a curb, and then, like you say, make it so it slopes back towards the
On the
ditch a little
sidewalk,
bit.
it slopes back and then to the.
Well, yeah, so that, you come down, you hit that berm, but then make a little trough that goes all the way down, towards the ditch, but then my concern is are we gonna create a tripping hazard? Is that gonna be an issue for anybody? They're not supposed to be there, they're not supposed to park there generally, but everybody does.
And a French drain wouldn't be that expensive, would it?
I'd have
Bring
to
something
see
to-
I'd
Probably
have to
not.
have locates done to make sure there isn't nothing buried there. It was just an option that, he was asking if we dig some type of a hole there. Well, the only thing that I could think of would be something like that, where you could go down 4 or 5 feet, backfill it with, big rock, not our crushed gravel, but big rock and stuff like that, get a load that would, create basically a French drain.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't know
kinda
if that would
discussed
work or
that
not.
with, when Nate was still here. Mike and I and Nate discussed that, and we kinda
So,
circled around that French drain thing.
But the water runs towards the ditch and not towards Williams.
well, the water just kind of puddles there right now.
Yeah.
It don't really run any
Don't run
direction.
anywhere.
Yeah, the building stops it basically.
Yeah, the building, it gets up, well, then, once it gets high enough, then it goes over the sidewalk and goes straight up to this edge of the building. But they've got a cement edge up there and the door sits about a foot up, so. To my knowledge, there's been no leakage down in the basement. I've been down in there, worked on the water meter, and there's no leakage down in there, but.
But there's nothing we can do until spring.
I can't foresee us trying to do anything now, because it's gonna be hard to try to do any grading or getting anything going when it's frozen.
So if you go ahead and start trying to figure out some kind of a plan.
Well, and that's
That's my-
kind of what he was asking, and I said I'd bring it up, that we could try to come up with something that we could try to implement next spring or whatever, but this winter was probably not gonna happen. So,
I'd say get you a plan together and look at it this spring.
Yeah, and I don't know, come up with a couple options, I guess, show it to them.
the maintenance guy there said whatever, they didn't really care.
Is that the
Whatever.
landlord maintenance, or
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah,
that's what
'cause-
it is.
the post office wouldn't go for it?
No, not the post, it was
No.
it was the landowner
Yeah,
Yeah, the building owner.
maintenance guy, or whoever, I'm not sure who he was. He contacted Brenda and she sent him over to me. And he came over and said he was the maintenance guy over there, so.
yeah,
I think he's the one out of North Dakota.
yeah, he's on a retainer for all that guy's post offices, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can get I can get a transit, and I know guys that know how to run it, and we can shoot it and see what we got, but. To try to either, like you say, either slope it or, put some type of a trench or do something in there. If we're gonna do like that, where you're talking like that, to me, the best option is gonna be to pave it. So that your
Yeah.
trench stays permanent.
Yeah, and you could practically do a curb there too, to solve the problem. Level it and put a curb on it, that would kind of come down to the ditch. Well, we'll leave that for you guys to figure out. So Mike called me and there was a roller available, asphalt roller, so I approved that. It was sort of a quick deal. We had some money in the budget for equipment, so I authorized him to pick it up. So you think that's gonna do a good job?
Yes,
Good
it's an
deal.
18,000-pound double drum vibratory roller. It's got 4-foot drums, 6 foot wide.
So, the thinking is that next year we can continue on this road repair. Possibly we're thinking Kids Court would be a good project, and maybe get the school to, if the school wants to contribute for the little bit of labor and a little bit of material to do their parking lot at the same time, that parking lot that's right out along Kids Court there to the gym. So we'll have to present that idea to the school sometime between now and next year if the council thinks that's a good idea. And that would be a good street to get fixed. And the school should be amenable to kind of getting involved in that because they're the ones that tore the street up, so. But,
Yeah, and that's one of the ones we probably have to look at, as bad as it is. That's probably one of the ones that we'll find out how well the grader rippers work,
yeah,
because that probably should be ripped.
give it a try and see what happens.
We gotta get it. It's so broken up and so holed up that we wouldn't have, anything
couldn't just go in
over the
there.
top, it's not gonna hold, it's not gonna be a good base, we'd have to go in there. And those ripper teeth on the front end, they'll tear right through it. So, and that would be something If we do, that'd be a good, you know, on towards the summer when we can do it, because then there's no school up there, so we're not having to fight the traffic, and that would be really good. So, yeah, we can work with the school, so.
That'd be, a good street to get fixed is my thought anyway.
I agree with you.
Isn't it kind of about the worst street we got in town?
Oh,
Now, there's
yeah.
two,
Yeah,
really.
there's another one, yeah.
There is two. Kids Court and Carbon are by far the two worst streets we have in town. As far as broken up holes, a gazillion patchworks that hold for so and pop off, so. But yeah, those two streets are by far the worst.
Okay, anything else for Mike?
I'll make a motion to accept Mike's report as presented.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept Mike's report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. And I guess look over those quotes for the garage door
Yeah.
repairs and be ready for next meeting maybe to
Hey, Rich.
come up with an idea. Yeah.
One more thing.
Okay.
We went in getting the roller, we went and got the roller, Kevin Rasabi
Oh, yeah.
went with me. And, I mean, we paid for fuel, but I still think that we need to pay him something for his truck and trailer and time.
Okay. We could get him maybe a gift certificate or something like that, or just pay. Did he have an idea of what he thought?
He didn't know what to do.
He wasn't asking, so, but Mike
He thought he would leave
mentioned
it
it
up
to him.
to you guys to determine.
That's fine with me, I think it's a good idea. Couple $100 or a gift certificate, or
Yeah,
sounds fair.
sounds fair to me.
Well, if it sounds fair, let's have a motion so we can do it. Or not.
I'll make a motion to reimburse, who did you say his name was?
Kevin,
Kevin.
Kevin,
I said it.
okay,
we took his truck and trailer up there to get it.
for the use of his truck and trailer, gas.
Couple
or whatever.
$100.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really tell us. He didn't really tell us the cost, but that would probably cover it, I would think. Would that be okay to amend your motion to that? Okay, do we have a second?
I second it, okay.
Okay, we have, Tim seconded. We have a motion to give $200 to Kevin Resby for the use of his trailer and truck for the haul of the roller. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, so Brenda, you can do that, and Mike, you can get it to him, right? All right. Did we approve your report yet, or not?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes, you
Okay,
did.
so then that was an addition.
That was
Yeah.
it. I was looking through
Amendment
here.
to the report.
All right, Ralph, you're up.
Okay. A report of one of the parking signs that the post office put up over on the west side of the building, missing. Should we find out who took it? I'm gonna turn it back over to the postal inspector and let him prosecute federally. They got more teeth.
Yeah.
There's a report of scam calls from a resident over here on the west side. And this is a reoccurring thing, these scam calls. They'll call something about, I want to work on your computer. No, you don't want to work on my computer. This is the IRS, you gotta call us. No, the IRS communicates by mail. We have a warrant for your arrest. Call us. No, that don't work that way. Then we had a breaking and entering over on the west side that they come in the back door, pulled a couple hinges off, and never touched anything beyond that. I think it's a couple of 16-year-old miscreants that are wandering the town in the middle of the night that until somebody spots them, we're gonna have a problem. This is gonna be an ongoing problem in vacant or perceived to be vacant residences, sheds, shops, garages. There was a third-party report of a break-in at the school, unfounded. I assisted the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. There was a bonfire party down on our leased property down here south of town. We had on the 17th, had a coroner call, accidental death. EMS assist over on the east side. And because it was on the way to work, removed deer carcass down on Highway 310 south of Bridger. And there was a report of a erratic operation of a tractor trailer southbound. We never did find it, which is odd because big as it is, kind of hard to miss. Had a report from a foster parent concerned about birth father on a supervised visit in Laurel. I referred him to Laurel PD. Animal control, Brittany Spaniel out and about. Got hold of the owner, got that took care of. Issued a warrant on at-large chickens over here on the west side. A couple of black labs running loose. We got them squared away. Took about 3 days to figure out where they belonged. There was a report, kind of a second-hand report of a 15-year-old male missing from the school after a game. And I got word the next day that he had returned to school. He's a non-resident attender to school from prior. And he went off with an uncle or an aunt or something. Didn't tell nobody. Report of a runaway 15-year-old female, frequent flyer. She returned on the 11th. She spent the night with a non-custodial parent. There's custodial issues with a 3-year-old female, safe with grandparents over on the west side. Did fingerprints for same for foster care. Report of a suspicious person, local, walking to work on the west side of town. He's going to Tomahawk to go to work. On the 20th, big limb took out the light pole along with a limb over in the corner of First Avenue and Park, at the park. Northwest Energy and Public Works got that squared away. That was while you was getting your roller. Speeding ticket, 62 and 45 on the highway. No insurance associated with parking in a marked no parking zone. Did a couple of inspections. And then we had a pickup parked on a sidewalk over on the west side that got taken care of. And in my package is my monthly purchase order for ammo and my monthly out-of-town mileage report. Sorry, I still have some more stuff to say.
On the back
On the
page.
4th of October,
Two-sided.
that was a busy day. DUI Task Force sponsored Coffee with a Cop. They had it down in Bridger. I went down and sat with Bridger PD, and we talked to a few folks that came in and drank coffee and had a pretty good time. Same day I received drug disposal packs for public turn-in of prescription drugs for disposal. What these are is they're just an envelope with a chemical in them. They take, they'll hold up to 40 tablets, pills, I think 4 ounces of liquid, and you throw a cup of water in there, and seal it up, shake it up, throw it in the trash. Pretty good deal. Attended the CPT meeting, the Child Protection Team meeting in Red Lodge, and the local emergency planning committee meeting, same place. 23rd October, we had the Red Lodge Elks and the Carbon County Sheriff's Office came over and did a drug awareness program presentation to the Fromberg School, K through 6. They did a Halloween safety brief same time. 28th October, lots of ghouls, adult ghouls, goblins, alien life forms, clowns, and other strange critters out celebrating the Halloween party down at Two Bear. 31st, all the little ghouls, goblins, and other strange critters out loading up on candy. And for the most part, had parental supervision. I attended on the 28th and 29th of October, the 28th Annual McGuire Conference on Family Violence in Billings. Domestic Sexual Violence Services of Red Lodge sponsored that. Once again, upcoming An upcoming, this is Thursday the 9th, Montana Attorney General sponsoring an Intimate Partner Violence Assessment Conference in Billings, another free one. Ammo for next month. At 900.